When people think about creature voice acting in video games, they often imagine one thing: screaming, growling, or making the voice sound monster-like. But creature vocalization are much more specific than that. Different vocal effects create different textures, and those textures can suggest different types of creatures, bodies, sizes, emotion, and behaviors. These techniques can be used for verbal and nonverbal vocalization, creature dialogue, efforts, grunts, attack, pain reaction, breaths, deaths, and everything in between. Quick note before we start: the terminology around some vocal effects is still evolving. For some techniques, we have clearer anatomical descriptions. For others, especially in creature voice work, there is not enough scientific research to be completely definitive. So I'll use practical terms that describe the sound and the likely vocal behavior without pretending that every mechanism has been fully studied. So here are the 5 vocal effects commonly used in video game creature voice work. Number 1, ventricular fold distortion. This is one of the most useful effects for heavy creature voices. It can add weight, roughness, and aggression to the sound, which makes it great for orcs, demons, beasts, large humanoid creature, and even animals. I smell you. For goblins, I often like to move toward hybrid techniques. A goblin voice is really about heaviness. It is usually higher pitched, sharper, more nasal, more unstable, or more animated. Oh, master! Cobra! Attack! So, combining different vocal effects can help create a more specific goblin-like sound. Number 2, ingressive sounds. These sounds are produced by pulling the air in while the vocal folds create the distortion or clicking texture. Ingressive techniques are very useful for clicks, gasp, and unnatural creature reaction. They can be high-pitched, low-pitched, or clicky. They are especially useful when you want something that feels non-human, broken, insect-like, or physically unsettling. Number 3, uvular trills. A uvular trill happens when airflow sets the uvula into vibration. This can create rattling, clicking, purring, or alien-like textures. By creating and maintaining a narrow space between the soft palate and the back of the tongue, the airflow can send the uvula into vibration. Small changes in that space can make the trill sound cute, strange, predatory, or completely non-human. Kasamba! Kasamba! Hutman! Bossa setelostao! Tasta! It can work for small creatures, alien-like characters, or even sounds inspired by things like the Predator-style clicking texture. Number 4, epiglottal or epilaryngeal-type rattle. This type of effect is often associated with harsh, rattling vocal texture. I say type because there's not enough scientific research on every extreme vocal effects used in creature performance to claim one definitive mechanism for all performers. In practice, this kind of sound can be useful for possessed voices, beasts, and demons. Hello. When people ask for a wet creature sound, this is often one of the vocal effects they are actually looking for. It has a very unsettling quality, and when used with control, it can make a creature feel unnatural. Number 5, Pharyngeal-type distortion. This type of effect is often associated with vibration around the pharyngeal area, but again, the terminology should be used carefully because the science is still limited for many vocal effects used in creature performance. It can create a decayed quality that feels like the sound is coming from a damaged body. It works well for zombie and creatures that need to sound sick, broken, or decomposed. It is also important to note that these effects are not always used in isolation. Some vocal effects can be mixed or layered in the performer's voice to create more complex creature sounds. For example, you can combine a Uvular trill with an epiglottal or epilaryngeal-type rattle to create a texture that feels more alien, unstable, or predatory. You can also combine a Uvular trill with a Pharyngeal-type distortion. The Uvular trill can add a rattling or vibrating quality, while the Pharyngeal-type distortion can add a decayed texture. Together, they can create something that feels infected, alien, or physically damaged. This is where the voice design becomes really interesting. By combining techniques, you can create sounds that are harder to identify, more specific to the creature, and more useful for building a unique vocal identity. Quick reminder, all of these techniques require training. Creature voice acting is not only about being able to produce an impressive sound once, it is also being able to repeat that sound, control it, vary it, and sustain it over the course of a session. This is where technique, stamina, and sustainability becomes essential. The important thing to remember is that these effects are not just random noises. They are tools. Each one gives you a different texture, and each texture tells the audience something about the creature. Is it big, small, sick, powerful, cute, dangerous, ancient, alien, infected, or possessed? That is where creature voice acting becomes voice design. You're not just making sound, you are building a vocal identity for a creature.